What's the deal, y'all? Look, we back with another one, man. We got the pathway. We're back on schedule with this one, episode 4, Iron Sharpens Iron. All right, let's get to it, man. I'm going to keep rolling through the series all the way to the end, so let's run this one up. Y'all know what to do. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know how you feel about the video in the comments, man. Let me know what your thoughts are about the IPP, this whole taking different players from different sports and trying to, prepare them to make an NFL roster. Let me know what your thoughts are on that, but let's get to it. Episode 4, Iron Sharpens Iron.
The Air Maxes received from Dog of the Week. Look at his dirty ones though. That's an old Dog of the Week.
Yeah. These are dog. These are D-A-W-G. That's a D-O-G.
No, that's
Yeah, D-A-W-G.
That's an old dog. That's an old dog right there.
Ain't nothing a toothbrush can't fix, man.
Let me put the shades. For the shades, you feel me?
I think trying to learn everything in 10 weeks is very difficult, mentally and physically. And, there's a lot to learn in the classroom.
Nice competition, one-on-one against kids that have played all their lives.
It was great to have you IMG boys to come run one-on-ones with me in praise. Being able to actually run against someone, I think that's definitely pushing us to the next level.
Yeah, it's way different.
Getting outside of our comfort zones.
It's way different when you got a defender on your ass, bro. You trying to run routes and he running right there with you, and you gotta look for the ball and hit your and do your route right and catch the ball while he trying to block it. That's a whole different ball game, bro. It's a whole different ball game.
Because as soon as we get into that comfort zone, we die and we stop growing.
Well, that's not going to get annoying.
We've just had the punters and kickers join us, and it's just good to have the full group together.
Pads and helmet on for the first time.
I think now that they're here, it feels like,
Pads on.
This is the class of 24.
Let's go.
We held trials in October, had guys from South America, India, Ireland to find who the best 5 guys to be the group of pioneers that get to do this.
You see Charlie's shoulders yesterday?
Oh, terrible.
Oh, red raw.
We'll start with the Englishman, Harry Malander. Harry comes from a very high pedigree of rugby. He's captained his country. Big, very impressive athlete. Rory Beggan is one of the most well-known names in Gaelic football in Ireland. He played at a very high level.
Play Gaelic, okay.
Dara Leader is a former rugby player from Connacht. Again, big dude, big physical guy. Charlie Smith is the youngest in the group, also a Gaelic footballer. Kind of a really young up-and-coming talent in that sport. Lifelong NFL fan. I keep catching him smiling to himself.
This is unbelievable, isn't it? It's class.
Mark.
Mac.
Mark. I say Mark, but the English I say Mark.
I say Mark, and they say Mark.
And the last one is Mark Jackson. Mark can just strike a ball in a way that not a lot of people in the world can.
Work on 3. 1, 2, 3. Mark!
So the program for them was shorter because we don't need the same physical changes in terms of they're not running the 40-yard dash, they're not doing the agility drills. But at the same time, it's a really important lesson for the kickers because the dynamic of a kicker or a punter on an NFL team, we call them independent contractors. They're kind of separate. So when the team are in team meetings, when they're in offense meetings, defense meetings, the kickers and punters are doing their own thing. So they're kind of learning and adjusting to that.
6-5.
3 more weeks of training, 2 days at the combine to hopefully show the Americans what I'm all about.
McCaffrey's touched it on 3 of the first
Christian
4
McCaffrey.
plays. All for good yardage. They go back to him again. Ball is on the ground.
Yeah, the timing of the Super Bowl happening a day or so after our arrival was pretty perfect, to be honest, because we're not just here to land on rosters and hang on there for 2 or 3 seasons, then go home. And their ambition is to be the starting kicker, to be the starting punter, to win a Super Bowl. And that's what we were thinking, like, who's going to be there first? Not when, who's going to be first?
Touchdown. That's game. It's funny, Louis Rees-Zammit watching the Super Bowl, not realizing at that time he's going to be on that team. That's the crazy part.
To kick in the NFL, it is a mental game. So many guys in the United States, and even around the world, can kick big distances, but it's those that can kick short distances consistently under massive duress. That's the reality. When it's the world's biggest league, there's huge pressure.
In a 4-hour game, you could come on for 1 kick, and that be your only moment. Whether you get it or not, you're done. You go and sit on the sideline. So it's
Yo, that kick is everything. Like, imagine, this is what? They're on the 40-yard line. You got, like, about 7 yards. That's a 57, 56-yard field goal, bro. And that could be the field goal that wins the game, ties the game, gives you a chance to win the game. There's a lot of pressure that people don't think about when it comes to kickers, bro. It's like in basketball, hitting that final game-winning shot or hitting that three in a clutch moment. It's a lot of pressure for a kicker, and you got a bunch of dudes trying to take you down and block that kick.
a highly important role, and we saw in the Super Bowl the importance of it.
And there's just a lot of moving parts where in every other sport there's just you and that's it, where in football there's 11 people that have to do their job right in order for the kicker to get the chance to do his job right.
You've got to run over, work out the correct distance from where the ball's placed. You've got a group of the biggest, most athletic men in America, if not further, charging at you, trying to stop it. And then you've got the more obvious ones. It can be blowing an absolute gale, it can be on and off.
You control field position.
Laces
really
out.
Lucky to be able to talk to someone like John Carney.
John, how's it going? How are you doing?
Hi, John. Good, Doug. How are you?
Hi. He's the fifth, I think, all-time point scorer in the NFL. It was unreal to get to pick his mind.
It was really interesting what he was talking about, swing thoughts, and not be thinking about too many things going into a kick, and kind of keep it to two simple things in your head. That's probably my best kicks are the ones you can't really remember. It's just you and the ball. Nothing else around it matters in that 1.3 seconds.
Ooh, that ain't it. That's not gonna get you signed, my boy.
It's just technique. Nothing else.
No, he's not a kicker. Okay. Ooh, I'm about to say.
This is kind of the week where we're playing it all out in front of them, on the screen, in the playbook, and then hopefully on the field at the end of the week we're going to walk through plays so they can actually get a sense of how it all kind of fits together.
She is 100% the smallest offensive line coach I've ever seen in my life. For anybody who's played American football, if you know, you know. Usually the O-line coach usually looked like he probably played O-line back in the day. Yeah. O-line coaches are always big. That's the smallest one I've ever seen. It's just a little small girl. But she probably know her shit, though. I'm sure she know her shit. But that's fun.
We brought the kickers out, and it was very fun. It was very competitive, but you get to see how we're all connected all the time.
Oh yeah, the piece of the puzzle definitely come together.
Having kickers and punters here, Lewis and Praise are out there catching kicks, and Pat and Florian are long snapping for them. Dara and Harry are holding from real long snaps, and so they're all starting to make each other better, and that iron sharpening iron.
Yeah.
The other thing that came along with this game that I can't ignore is you get into it because of your...
Hey, my boys need some sunlight. These boys need some sunlight, my boy.
Yourself initially. And then when you become a part of a team, you start to realize that it's more about the collective than it is your individual desires. Each play is 11 people trying to do things together correctly to make that one play work, then make the next play work, then to make that series work, then to make the first quarter work. There's this moment where these strangers become friends, and in this case, they become brothers.
I'll let him have that one. I felt every emotion, and the big one since I've been here is, I just feel at home now.
I said to the boys earlier on, we're all strangers to ourselves, but we will become a family, and I think we really have formed a really tight group, and having the punters and kickers come in, they've had no trouble sliding straight in.
3 claps and ready.
When we fulfill a responsibility or an obligation to other people, it makes us feel good. I mean, that's human nature. When other people do that for us, there's not a better way that you can say to someone that you care about them or you respect them.
We have a laugh with each other, but we also push each other, whether that's in the gym or out on the field. We're always kicking someone up the arse.
Like in practice, you compete to get better. You're not competing to defeat the other guy. You're competing to make him better and yourself better.
Facts.
And that's just, I've never seen that before outside of football, and it's very special.
That's a fact.
So yeah, this is an email I sent from the 11th of July
2019. At this time, I was just turned 18 years old, and I just left high school. So that the email reads, "Hello, I'm a young NFL fan from County Down in Ireland. I'd love to get into American football as a kicker, as I kick frees in my sport, Gaelic football, similar to the way the ball is kicked for a field goal. Is there any possible way I can get seen to for kicking? Much appreciated, Charlie." I had no idea who I was sending that email to. I sent it to inquiries@nfl.com. Yeah, that's. I think that's manifested itself into the position I'm in right now, and it's. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like, and actually, I only remembered I sent that email about maybe a month or two ago, and yeah, look where I'm sitting right now. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, spoken into existence. Spoken right into existence, bro.
This is the first iteration of international kickers and punters, and yeah, we are the pioneers. The guys we have over here, we're the first lads to do this.
It's just class now that I've come from being a fan sitting on the sofa to competing for a roster spot on an NFL team, and it's something that you mightn't have thought it was possible.
I feel like there is no limit to my potential, but the IPP program has just given me the pathway to put myself on the stage to show to everyone in the world what I'm capable of doing, I suppose.
There's been real life examples of guys who've made it a success, and for me that reassures me that this isn't just a box ticking opportunity.
I think it's really important that everyone knows and understands that this pathway is real.
Football could care less where you're from. I know kids that have made it on a team because they just weren't going to be stopped. Their plan A was huge. It's a sport for everybody. Facts. If you really want it bad enough. I don't think there is a ceiling. It's just a matter of who wants it and who wants to go get it.
So we have to do our very best to make sure we do very well in the day, and that we set a high standard so that next year there can be 5 more guys who are some random guys kicking at some high school somewhere.
It's exciting, actually. It's exciting to be the first ones to get to do this, the ones that people will look at in years to come and think, okay, they're the lads. It was the Rory Begg and Dara Leader, Mark Jackson, Charlie Smith or Harry Mallender. Like, they're the guys that everyone's going to look 10 years down the road.
The opportunity is there for the taking, and that's the bit that really lights the fire inside me, because I'm here and I'm giving it my best shot.
Hell yeah, I like it.
If we
I
miss
love
this,
it.
kickers have to clean up after everyone at lunch and dinner today. Okay? Just the kickers, just the kickers. Here we go. Mark! Hey, you suck! Ready? 5! He shot! Red side! 2!
Oh, he missed the laces, but he still got it. Laces were to the left. Hey, yo, I like that episode, man. Switch it up a little bit. Iron sharpens iron. Put a little focus on the kickers. I think that was cool, man. Real quick, I wanted to highlight this one comment I saw. Where was it? Okay. Was it this one? Okay, although IPP is a lovely idea, 10 weeks is a ridiculous ask. Who came up with that little time frame? Although it may seem sort of entertaining to see if these guys can really pull it off in 10 weeks, it's almost so unlikely that it just seems idiotic, to be honest. I think fans would prefer to see an actual 1 to 2 year, full year around development program for these guys. LRZ is projected to be someone who might actually be able to do the thing, but give him a fighting chance. Seriously, 10 weeks is laughable. Although I understand where this comment is coming from, I don't think, like, and I've seen this with comments on my videos, even the ones I'm doing with the All Blacks right now. There's people in the comments like, this is stupid. Why do you have an American reacting to rugby that nobody even knows? Like, just because you don't know who I am doesn't mean that other people don't know who I am. Just because you don't see the vision in how something can help the sport you like get bigger and grow and be more entertaining and have more aspects to it outside of just you and the people you know liking it, doesn't mean that there isn't a vision there, right? And everything takes time. So how I see the IPP is fairly new. It's not like something that's been around for a long time. So they might only have the ability, the coaches, the facilities, the money, even the players who even want to join the IPP. 10 weeks might be like, okay, this is what we can do right now. But now that you got the big thing with LRZ being signed to the Kansas City Chiefs, and that was like a big thing that everybody was talking about, that creates more people that want to actually go to the IPP and actually try to go through that pathway to see if they can make an NFL roster. It also makes people, and if LRZ does well in the NFL, it makes the NFL decide to put more money and funding into the IPP, which makes it that much bigger, where maybe they can do 12 weeks. Maybe they can do 16 weeks. You got to think, like, all these coaches and staff members that they have in the IPP also probably more than likely have other jobs they have to do. They might be coaching at this other place. They might be a coach at a college. They might, they might have other things they're doing. They're probably not doing the IPP year round. So you have to have the funding to allow people to actually do that all throughout the year and have the same people do it, because you can't just change coaches every 10 weeks, 12 weeks. So I think that, you got to be able to see the vision. Some people can see, some people have vision, and some people, have wide vision. Some people have very limited vision. So I think that's a comment that comes from a limited vision for sure. And everything has to start somewhere, and then it could always grow from there. So I don't know. Y'all let me know what you think about that. I just thought that comment was interesting. I'm like, this person has no vision at all. They don't understand anything. They just want them to just start the IPP and just make it 2 years. Like, not thinking about all the stuff that goes into it. So, yeah, I think even this whole IPP series, they're doing everything they can do to make it a bigger program in the future. Right? So that's just my thoughts. Y'all let me know what you think about that. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Remember to keep it real. Real is rare. Real always reaches everyone. Next time. Peace.